Hi, Chris Steininger here, and I'm going to talk to you about fixing your digestion. I've helped thousands of people fix their digestion. It's actually really simple. It's not based on anything really complex. We get pretty great results with 80% of people, within 30 to 90 days. And it's based on eating some fermented foods, avoiding linoleic acid, and using digestive enzymes kind of as a bridge when needed, especially when you're eating in the beginning or when you're eating like a lot of highly processed foods. And it's the first and most important step is to consume 5 servings a week from 2 or more different fermented foods. So that's one serving a day during the week. You don't have to bother on the weekends. I'm going to have what counts as a fermented food and what does not in the description. So just worry about it as a concept. We need 5 or more servings from 2 different fermented foods. Research shows that's about the minimum you need to have a healthy, diverse biome. And that's what we're after here, having a healthy, diverse biome. All right, step 2 is using stevozymes to help break down the food in your body. You'll need to do this step for 1 to 6 months. Most people, 2-ish months, 2 to 3 months. But you can take 1 stevozyme with each meal. If you're eating real food, you're going to take 2 to 3 stevozymes if you're eating highly processed foods. The more unnatural the food is, the more processed it is, the harder it is for your digestive system to break it down, and the more likely it is to sit there and ferment and feed the wrong type of bacteria. So your biome is made up of good bacteria and bad bacteria. And when you had a poor diet, high stress for a sustained period of times, it's very easy for your biome to get screwed up. As you get older, your body's naturally making less digestive enzymes and you rely more on your biome. So as you get older, you're much more likely to have digestive problems. So the stevozymes is a comprehensive blend of digestive enzymes that I found works really well for just about everybody, and it doesn't cause problems. There's some digestive enzymes that work really good, but they cause some people problems. Stevozymes seems to work really well for just about everybody, and it's non-explosive. It doesn't cause problems in people. It's made from mushrooms, so it's vegan safe. It can handle the high pH of the stomach, so it can actually do its job. All right, step 3 is avoiding linoleic acid. What is linoleic acid? Well, it is a fatty acid. It's rare in nature, but it's common in seed oils. It's what's in seed oils that makes seed oils bad for you. It breaks down into 4-HNE and aldehydes. The 4-HNE and the aldehydes cause all sorts of problems in your digestive tract, all sorts of problems in your arteries, your mitochondria. It also suppresses your body's ability to fight cancer. It is in corn, canola, soy, safflower, sunflower, rice bran, vegetable oil, canola oil. We don't want to consume those oils, and you don't want to eat anything that's made with those oils, which is most processed foods. Step 4, Monday through Friday, weekdays, let's try to keep the carbs down, like under 80. Why? This is based on the work of Dr. Norman Robillard, an amazing gastroenterologist, researcher, author. I've read all his books. They're amazing. He's taught me so much about how the digestive tract actually works and how you heal it. So his research, his work shows that most digestive problems or most bad biomes come from your body's inability to break down processed carbohydrates. And as these processed carbohydrates fail to break down, they start to ferment, and then they really start feeding bad bacteria and stuff that really shouldn't be in your biome. So by avoiding this fuel, you're starving the bad bacteria. So we're going to put in good bacteria, which is the fermented foods. We're going to put in the stevozymes to break everything down, and then we're going to avoid the fuel for the bad bacteria by limiting our complex carbohydrates during the week. There's nothing wrong with carbohydrates. They just tend to cause problems, and since you're starting this protocol with a problem, we're trying to heal you, so we want to deny the fuel for the bad bacteria. All right, step 5 is we want to try to keep it to 2 or 3 meals a day during the week. If you're grazing or eating all the time, your digestive tract is working all the time. And during this phase of time, we're trying to heal your digestive tract, so we want to have it work less. All right, step number 6, we want to make sure we cook with butter, beef tallow, ghee, or coconut oil. We want to cook with a stable, saturated fat at room temperature, which can handle the heat. The monounsaturated and the polyunsaturated fats will break down, they will oxidize into all sorts of horrible byproducts, rancid fats that just wreak havoc on your digestive tract, let alone the damage they're going to do to your mitochondria and to your arteries once they get in your system. Step number 7, do not cook with olive oil. Olive oil is an amazing food for humans. Unfortunately, in America, most olive oil that's sold in grocery stores is cut with canola oil. So most olive oil is not even pure. So how do we know we're getting pure olive oil if you're shopping in America without doing a ton of research? Look for California on the label or Kirkland on the label. Okay, now that we have pure olive oil, it's a monounsaturated fat that will oxidize or denature at room temperature into a rancid fat. Even small amounts of rancid fats are terrible for your digestive tract. They will wreak havoc. So we want to keep our olive oil in the fridge. It should congeal into a solid block. Take it out 15 minutes before you want to use it. Pour it on your food, make a salad dressing, dip your bread in it. We don't want to heat it. If it will oxidize at room temperature, it will for sure oxidize if we heat it. And that's why we don't want to heat our coconut olive oil, because it will become rancid, it will become oxidized, and it will cause all sorts of problems for our digestive tract. All right, step number 8, let's avoid food that you struggle with specifically. Not every food is good for everybody. Food can be perfectly fine for 90% of people, but it's terrible for you. For example, gluten, dairy, nightshades, peanuts, strawberries, whatever it is, just avoid it during this period of time when we're trying to heal. And if you absolutely have to have it, take some extra enzymes with it to break it down. We don't want it sitting there. We don't want it fermenting. We don't want it driving inflammation and dysfunction in your biome. So please, let's try to avoid foods that you don't do well with during this period of time when we're trying to transition to a healthy biome. All right, so there it is. If you have any questions, there's a link in the description to our webpage where we have some resources. Also, if you have a specific question about you or your situation, you can reach out to us there. Or if you want to schedule a free 15-minute phone consultation, even though it'll only take about 5 or 10 minutes, I can talk just about anybody through the situation. It really does work. It works consistently. It really moves the needle. I've helped thousands of people with this. I've had people who were on omeprazole or other medications for years, and we were able to get them healthy enough where they didn't need it. And that's really the goal. We want you to be healthy. You need to be healthy to lose weight, and just a quality of life. And it's like 1 out of 3 people is dealing with a chronic long-term digestive problem, and there's just no need. It's very simple, very straightforward. Eating fermented foods is really the main part of it, and you're just avoiding the linoleic acid, the processed foods, 5 days a week. Once your digestive tract heals, you'll be able to have fun and cheat and do stuff on the weekends. But anyway, if you have any questions, reach out. Thank you for spending some time with me, and have a good day.